yourself in her office.
Chelsky, I want to talk to you about Agent Weaver.
Yes, sir. Can it wait just a second? I'm arranging a pickup for an injured agent.
That's more important. I can wait.
We have evac en route to your location, Agent. Find shelter and please stand by.
Will he be all right?
Oh, don't worry about Merryweather, sir. Doc here will have him up and at him again in a few weeks.
I know you and her are close. I'm not asking you to betray her trust. But I need to know what's going on with her and Axis. For her sake.
Her older brother disappeared a couple years ago. He was part of the first wave of disappearances, probably taken by Axis. She's been trying to find out what happened to her brother ever since. Agent Percy may know more. He was on the case for a while.
Thanks, Chelsky. That's helpful.
Certainly, sir. And don't think too harshly of Weaver. She's had to play outside the rules to get anything done.
Bravo team leader. I mean, now that... Carter, I hear you fainted during Director Falk's little test.
Yeah, Percy? How'd you do?
Well, you know, I threw up some, but nothing worse than a little hangover. Something you know all about, huh, Carter?
No one gives a damn what you think.
Yeah, probably not. You're one tough son of a bitch, Carter. I heard about De Silva. For what it's worth, you did the right thing.
Thanks, but that's not why I'm here. I need information about Agent Weaver's brother.
Holy shit. I haven't thought about Peter Weaver in years. Yeah, you could say I have some information. He disappeared when Weaver was just a little ball-busting bitch. She ruffled some feathers saying something was wrong with his disappearance.
Sounds like maybe she was right.
Brass mostly chalked it up to her being abroad. Too emotional for field work.
They didn't know her very well, did they?
Guess not. Falk put me on the case with her a while back, but she wouldn't listen to me. So she complained and the old man did what she wanted, as usual. Weaver keeps her brother's case file in her office, if you ever get curious.
Thanks for the help, Percy.
Hey, if you find anything good in there, you'll share, right?
Good. Like what?
You know, maybe some pictures of Weaver as prom queen or something.
You never stop, do you?
No, I do not.
We're done here.
I don't know how anyone could have mistaken you for an alien. They have better senses of humor.
Another infected. William, could I have a word with you?
We need to talk about that test of yours.
My most sincere apologies for what happened at your screening, William. But as you can see, we have a more pressing matter at the moment. This man is infected.
That's never happened in the base before. Or is this another unexpected side effect of your test, Doc?
Nein. I'm quite sure this is from an outside source. But I need your help to find out where, and to do it without causing a panic.
This agent's turning into a sleepwalker, and I've seen how that goes. Unless you found a cure, I don't see how you're gonna help.
It's not a cure, but it may be the first step.
Well, what is it?
I have discovered a way to detect sleepwalker infections at an early stage, before the symptoms present. It will let us treat the subjects earlier, or at least get a better understanding of the conversion process.
Another test, Doctor?
Not to fear, William. This time you will be the one performing the test. And quietly, if at all possible.
The last thing we need is an infection scare.
Precisely. Thankfully, the detective will find any infected within a large area. Here, check in operations, engineering, the main lab, the briefing room, and the hangar. That should cover the base.
And if I find any other infected?
Send them to see Dr. Hera. I will meet you there, and perhaps we can help these men.
During the screening, it felt like my head was going to explode. Any idea what happened?
I have no idea. Perhaps it was some resonance from your earlier exposure to the alien artifact. Tell me, how did it feel?
Like someone was inside my skull using a hammer, trying to break free. It was all I could do to stay conscious.
Yes. And you said something too. Your name? Perhaps your rank as well?
Hell if I know. For a few seconds, it was all just a red haze.
Well, I am glad you are with us again, my friend.
You said that noise during the screening was something from Mosaic. How did you discover that?
Dr. Veer has been examining the device removed from our captive infiltrator. It would appear that this is how they receive commands from their Mosaic network.
So they're radio-operated?
Not quite, but it seems to give them a sort of subconscious connection to a larger command hierarchy.
And you used the command for attack. You couldn't pick something safer, like dance?
Our control is too crude for specific commands, only general urges. And violence is a very common response, William.
I'll be on my way.
As you say. But if you would like, I have some experiments I could perform on the...
No. I'll check for infected, but I've spent quite enough time as your guinea pig for today, Doc. You're not looking so good, Agent. Get to the infirmary.
Huh? Why?
Just get moving. Now. No infected here, at least.
Hey, you hear about Fredrickson? Turns out he was a plant all along. Caught him just in time.
I gotta say, I was pretty relieved when I passed.
Officer, is the prisoner behaving himself?
Huh?
Something on...
Sorry. Exactly.
How's our friendly local infiltrator?
He's been pretty quiet since you had a talk with him. Almost like he's meditating or something. But I couldn't say what's going through his head.
Our last talk was rather revealing. Any chance I could talk with him again?
I don't recommend it. But if you go in there, we'll have witnesses on hand to make sure the person who walks out is still you.
Better than having to take that test again. Is this going to affect your duties?
No. No, sir, not at all.
See that it doesn't. Remember who you're guarding here. What's wrong? Must be pretty important to bother a trooper like you.
It's my girl back in Iowa. She's been taking care of some survivors in a big farmhouse, and she sends transmissions every day, but...
But what?
Latest transmission, she sounded really tired. And, said she found traces of black goo on her pillow.
Shit. I'm sorry.
They're already sending a team to recover as many of them as possible. I just hope she gets back here in time.
Be careful, Rose. A distracted guard is a dead guard. Either get over it, or get a replacement.
Yes, sir. It won't be a problem, sir.
And, good luck.
Welcome back, William Carter. It is pleasant to see a familiar face.
You're in a good mood for a prisoner of war?
As are you. Which means you have recovered a phase plotter. So you plan to go through with your suicidal attack?
So, you really want to see the end of Mosaic? Tell us where they're taking the sleepwalkers, and how do we cure them?
I would not know. I am a warrior, not a scholar. I do not know if it can be cured.
We'll see. You must know something about Axis. If we go after him, what should we expect?
Axis? The Primarch. You are an ambitious creature, William Carter.
Axis, Primarch, whatever you call him.
He is wise and patient. There is a reason Mosaic called him to lead. Do you think it a coincidence that your planet fell so quickly to him?
He's not that smart. We've already tracked him down.
Of course you have. He will let you come to him and then he will destroy you. This is suicide, William Carter.
What are you called?
You do not understand how Mosaic functions. When we are connected, we are Mosaic. Individual names are unimportant.
You're not connected anymore. What do you call yourself now?
I do not know. I have never been concerned with it.
Maybe you should. Help us win, and I'll call you whatever you want. Stick around.
Do I have a choice?
Of course not.
Be cautious, William Carter.
What exactly is that noise? Who's in the tent?
It's a special treat.
Through this.
Don't even start.
Agent, you need to report to the infirmary.
What? But I feel fine.
Don't argue with me. Just report to the infirmary now. What have you got on the drawing board today, Doc?
Oh, the usual. A few weapons you brought in, some subsystems for the Avenger, and a couple of side projects for when we rebuild society.
Got any new weapons for the field?
Murphy and I have had a lot of luck with what you've recovered, but it's not exactly easy to hybridize their designs with our own.
Seemed to work well enough for the Avenger.
To be perfectly honest, we couldn't have done that without Dr. Weir's genius. Although, he seems to have some ethical disagreements with munitions development.
How's the Avenger coming?
Slowly, but surely. Dr. Weir's been installing the Vengate, and considering the stresses the Avenger would face, we had to reinforce its hull significantly.
I'm still impressed it can get off the ground at all.
Isn't Dr. Dresner's omni-propulsion system astounding? In fact, if we could channel its energy into a single target, I suspect we could achieve a kinetic impact equivalent to...
Snap out of it, Doc. One thing at a time. It's a bit early to talk about rebuilding society, but I'm curious to see what you got.
It's nothing much, but, well, I've been examining what little we could recover from the outsider seeds. Imagine if we could replicate them.
That would certainly make it easier to rebuild, all right.
Yes, indeed. Why, America could use them to build refugee shelters, revitalize devastated areas, maybe even expand and colonize into ex-Soviet territory.
I think you're getting a little ahead of yourself.
Of course, other nations may mistake this for continued alien attack, but the great thing about these seeds is that they could create bunkers and military fortifications, as well as...
Doc.
Oh, sorry.
I've got other business to take care of. Good luck, Doc.
Yes, of course.
Well, doctors, got yourselves a new toy?
I assure you, the Illyrium coil transfer rifle is no toy. What I mean to say is that we are testing a potential weapon for Mr. Barnes.
Don't we already have access to the Outsider's weaponry? Have you improved on it?
There is always room for improvement, Carter. Always a smoother transfer mechanism, or a more advantageous dispersal pattern to search for.
And you've just gotta find it, don't you?
Or die trying. So to speak.
I don't know. It's gonna be hard to fit that into a holster.
Yes, very funny. But once we test the fundamentals, we can work on the miniaturization.
And it'd still be useful?
Oh yes. By combining our ballistics know-how with the enemy's energy weapons, We are on the cusp of a new horizon in weaponry.
Combining alien technology and our own. Interesting. How does this monstrosity work?
It's very simple, really. Imagine a Tesla coil, only with its voltage focused through a charged delirium ballistic delivery system.
In English?
It's a lightning cannon.
I can see how that would be useful. You need any help testing it out?
We were hoping you would ask. Our usual assistant seems to have disappeared again. Not literally disappeared, mind you. No, of course not. That never happens.
You were saying?
Yes, the machinery is in position. Just press the button and stand clear. And try not to disappear.
That's all I need to know.
Yes, I'm sure you'll be a great help. Only appropriate that a field agent be involved. And all that.
If you'd be so kind as to press the button on the device, we can continue testing.
I'm not sure that's gonna be much use in the field, doctors.
Oh dear.
Let me just adjust the discharge levels. Yes, try it again.
That looks more like it.
Quite satisfactory. But I believe we can do better.
Increasing power levels again. Try now.
I think you've still got some problems to iron out, doctors.
Is everyone all right?
Better than all right. Did you see the yield? Off the charts.
It's a miracle we weren't killed. Fantastic!
Guy was a bit of a klutz when he came here, but he's really helping out. Said he owes you big, Carter.
What's that?
Just
Here you had a
checking the
grand
area
old
for
time
safe
with
working
fog.
conditions. All clear. Ah, it was swell.
Could be worse. They kept me in detention for an hour while they were cleaning up the testing room after your little shindig.
Did anyone attack you?
Guess you win. What's on your mind?
So what's happening with the Sky Rangers?
After I saw that Titan, I had the whiz kids in the lab adapt some of the Avenger designs for our old ships.
What sort of changes are we talking about?
Nothing revolutionary, but the Sky Rangers will be faster, stronger, and more durable.
And we're sure the new technology will be safe in the field?
Only one way to find out, Carter.
How's the Avenger looking?
Almost finished from what I hear. If the final product handles anything like the early tests, it'll be the smoothest ride of your life.
As long as it gets the job done.
You just get the location from Axis, and the Avenger and I will get you there.
I'll let you get back to it.
Will do. I'll have this bird ready for the next trip before you know it. Hear you had a grand old time with Falk.
Oh,
good.
Did it?
Guess.
I'll let you.
Will do.
Sit down and try not to breathe on anyone.
But,
No buts. Save your energy.
Ah, William. I think you may have caught them just in time.
What's the prognosis, Doc? Can you cure them?
I am a physicist, not a physician. I will study them, however.
These 3 agents were all on the same mission together, weren't they?
Yes. Perhaps you've uncovered something even more interesting. If we can retrace their steps at their last mission, perhaps we can find the source of the infections. It may even lead to the cure.
Or we might just end up with another sleepwalker.
It is a risk, yes. But one that may save thousands, tens of thousands of lives. The choice is yours, William.
A locked file cabinet, huh? $11, $21. There we go. Now, let's have a look.